hot coals, 1,200 degrees, a bed of coals, you take your shoes off and you walk across it. Number one question I get is, why would you ever want to walk on 1,200 degrees? And my response is, why would you want to hold on to limiting beliefs, doubts, and fears that haven't served you your whole life? But that's what we do. And this one reason, boil it all down. I'm a simple guy. Our coaching methodology is simple. Our concepts, as I forget your name.
Michelle.
What's
Michelle.
No.
That's
Margaret.
Margaret, we share the recipe of patterns that Melissa showed you. It's simple. It's like, wow, I get this, right? Man, too often ideas are so complex. Like, I don't get this. It's not that difficult, all this. Applying it in life is, but understanding it is not. You know, if you want to create wealth, earn more money you spend and invest it smart and wisely in secure investments. If you want to lose weight, right, or get healthy, you got to burn more calories than you take in. They're simple mechanics, but again, the application of them is where it's challenging. So the number one thing that keeps us is just, if you want to boil it down, is fear. Fear. So I always like to check in with the group. How many people are excited about firewalking? How many people are scared they're going to get pizza feet? We call it pizza feet. If you imagine a foot like a pizza, like it burned, that's what people fear is, right? And you get, people raise their hands, right? And one woman raised her hand. I asked her, I said, have you ever firewalked before? She goes, no. I said, have you ever known of anyone firewalk before? No. Have you tried to firewalk on your own without a trained professional? No. So where is this fear? See, fear is not real. It's never real. Now the truth is we always will feel it to some degree. It's part of our human conditioning, but it's not real. We make it real, and we follow the acronym as false evidence appearing real. And when you're in the middle of it, it is real as real can get, but it's not. Your fears are not real. Now there's things in life called danger, right? You wouldn't want to lie down on Route 202 and play speed bump, right? That's dangerous, right? You wouldn't want to skydive without a parachute. That would be dangerous. There's dangerous things in life that we do, right? So if you were to skydive, you would want to make sure you take all the safety precautions to ensure the safest possibility. But danger and fear are radically different, my friends. They don't exist together. Okay? But we confuse it and we make things that we are fearful of, but we respond like it's danger. Just like last night, and it was not a fear, it was the same concept. I don't know if anyone else does this, but I have this habit of having these imaginary conversations with people and myself in my head late at night. Anybody else do that, right? And we go back and forth. And I was having one last night, I couldn't sleep, and it hit me. I'm like, this isn't real. None of this whole conversation isn't real. I don't know what this person's thinking, or their motives, or whatever, but it doesn't matter. None of it matters. Well, here's what it does. It keeps us from taking action. I listen to all your goals. I listen to all the things you want. Is it attainable? Absolutely. Will everyone attain it? Not to be negative, but no, because I know the human condition. Because there's 3 stages. The first stage is you have to become aware. And we love awareness. We love that aha moment, like as Oprah would say. Aha moments are awareness. Like, I get it, right? It's simple. I give meaning to my events. Or I have the power to take back my control. Or I can have confidence and we feel really, really good. But too often when we get aware, we stop. We think we got there. I see the light. I got the moment. Or we'll sign up for the gym, we'll do something, but we don't follow through. So awareness is important, but awareness is not going to make your life better. It's just going to make you more aware. So we have to go to that second stage, which is willingness. where it gets difficult. Because willingness requires some level of commitment. You have to give something, your energy, your time, your money. You gotta pay for something. You gotta hire a coach. You build a website. You have to do things. You gotta put something out. There's a risk now when it comes to willing. Oh, that's where we hear the stories. I don't have time. I don't have the money. My kids. Now we're kind of backtracking all these stories of why we can't do it. We're lying to ourselves. We're just scared to commit, to go to that point where we can't come back. Because we have this desire for certainty, desire to hold on to something. Like that's going to make our life better. Certainty's nice, but it doesn't give you what you want. Certainty gives you security, but you don't grow. You don't grow. So then we tell ourselves our stories and we do the someday. Someday we'll do this. Someday. Or for our Spanish speakers, it's the Mayana Syndrome. Mayana, it's always tomorrow. I'll work out tomorrow. I'll get my finances tomorrow. I'll grow my business tomorrow. I'll make more calls tomorrow. But we never do. Or we do it for a day, but then we go back to what's comfortable, what's familiar, because it feels just so good. So to get what you want, you got to become aware, but you got to become willing. You got to put yourself out there. Not easy. Sometimes it's uncomfortable. Sometimes you get knocked down. But if you're not willing to do that, you'll never do the third step. And that is take consistent action. Not dabble. Not go to the gym once. Or make one deposit in your IRA, right? Or, do matching. Fund your matching 401k and then stop or withdraw it. Okay, it's about taking consistent action. That's where the rubber meets the road. By taking consistent action, you may fall down, you may get back up, you may hit roadblocks or obstacles, but at the end of the day, you'll get your results. But you can't take action without being willing, because that's a short term. And we'll find that excuse, we'll find that reason. Or we just get too tired. Or the first resistance. How many business owners we have here? Raise your hand. So the first time it doesn't go your way, which for entrepreneurs happens over and over and over again. Well, my favorite quote says, being an entrepreneur, the game is to stay in business long enough so you can pay back your education. Okay? I don't have a college degree, man, but I've graduated from the school of making mistakes. I made every mistake. Cost me a lot of money. Fortunate, we've been around for 15 years. We're able to recoup that money and grow that investment. So you must take action. But you have to become willing. But if you're not willing to look at it, you're just going to stay where you're at. So examine your fears. Examine those things that keeps you from really putting yourself out there. Because it's not about capability. We like to make it about capability. It's not about capability, it's about willingness. What we're capable of doing is one thing. What we're willing to do is something dramatically different. And that's something that we must negotiate consistently within ourselves. Because if we don't, we'll play at the level where we're comfortable, or we'll play at the level of our peer groups. Those people that we spend time with. And I'll wrap up with this. I'm very fortunate. I have a great group. One of my goals for the last few years is to make the most amazing peer group. And I say this not to impress anybody, but to just impress upon my belief in it. So I think one of my goals this year was to create financial independence, begin to put that together for us. We're doing well, but we're not financially independent. We're still growing as a business and personally. So I have to spend time with people where I'm the lowest income person in the room. And the other day I was with a friend and client of ours, and I was down in Texas, and he had this event. And in this room, people I was talking with, my friend does $5 million in personal income. His mentor has 220 Sonics and does $1 million a week in profit. I was talking to a guy who just sold his business for $48 million. Wow. And I had dinner with a guy who sold his business to Dillard's for $90 million. Okay? That's a lot of freaking money. And they're all good people. I'm not making it about the money, but if you want success, you gotta put yourself around those people who are getting what you want. If you hang out with people at your level, you'll feel good, but you won't grow. You gotta have that gap where you have no choice but to push forward. Okay, it's like grow or die, perish or live. So I hope this has helped you a little bit. I hope this helps stimulate you. Just ask the question when you fear something, is this real? Is this really real? And if 9 out of 10 times you'll say no, if it is, it's probably something dangerous and you should pay attention. If it's not real, then let it go. Focus on what you can control. And that's what you think, say, feel, and do. So I thank everyone for your attendance. You get a chance to kind of talk a little bit at the end. Take any food if you're still hungry. We do this the third Wednesday of every month. You're more than welcome back to join us and make sure you network and connect with each other. And I would love to see you back and spread the word. So thank you so much. Give yourselves a big hand.